All right, Dave, man, I am pumped up and really excited to talk to you. So let's start first and foremost, family dynamic, and then what you do for a living.
Yeah, so I'm married. I have three boys, currently 15, 13, and 9. And I'm an emergency physician.
Awesome. So let's get to, hey, what was the trigger? What was kind of that spark that said, hey, I want to jump into the warrior dad experience? What was the reason behind the scenes?
Yeah, I think it was a multitude of things. I think over the last few years, first my mother died a couple of years ago, and that was something that weighed on me pretty heavily. And so I was looking for sort of a reboot, if you will. I found myself getting pretty down, negative, and so I was really looking for something that's going to really help out my family and
Okay.
help out me personally. And so I guess it was sort of this desire for a reboot or a coach to help me move things forward and just get that zest for excitement back in my life.
Gotcha. Okay. So then you jumped in. What were maybe one, two, three big things that came out of the 10-week experience that you can call to?
My my friend who kind of my friend who told me about this and got me introduced to this really just spoke very highly of the program. And he texted me a couple of weeks ago and said, what do you think of the program? And my exact text words for to him were, this was really life changing for me. I think, number one, I think it taught me it gave me an optimism and put me on the offensive rather than always a defensive posture around my own life. I mean, there was just always so much going on, and you're just
Mm.
playing whack-a-mole in life. And so for me to be able to be on the offensive and creating the life I want rather than just always just trying to maintain and
Mhm.
tread water was really important. I think the second thing is, I've read a ton of books, and I've always been, engaged in, trying to learn more of how to get better myself. And what I realize is through this program, it really helped me translate the theory into practice, and that
Okay.
was really really important. And I guess I would say the third thing is those strategies that I learned, which is very unique to this program, is all about being, or some of it is about being a better husband and dad, which, boy, that's not easy to find from, out there. And
Mhm.
again, that's all about translating that from just theory and books and, podcasts into actual practice. But those strategies now that I have that I can share with my kids is just, it really has been, as I said when I started, just life changing for me.
Yeah, I love it. So let's pull that thread just real quick. Impact on your boys. Where have you seen that kind of change? I know we had some discussions throughout the process of just little things and different kind of tone and almost environment around that. Explain a little bit to me.
Oh yeah. So the general things are, they're super engaged now. They want me to be a lot more interactive with them.
Mhm.
I will say, we never really talked about this, Jeff, that much, but my oldest boy was going through a really tough time. I mean, he was kind of doing a lot of things, getting in trouble,
Mhm.
just, normal teenage stuff. But it was really hard because I didn't have any tools to really help him navigate that. And it literally happened immediately after I agreed to do this program for completely unrelated reasons. So for him to go through all of that and be very disengaged, to now being totally engaged,
Mhm.
reaching out to me for advice, for him to be, for the notes I write to him, for him to be like, where's my note?
Right.
When we went on a beach trip, and so I mean, so talk about, I could not have chosen a better time to do the program, because I feel like I took what was definitely a spiraling out of control situation that I had no true visibility on
Mhm.
until it all came, like anything, you don't know about it until it really rears its head and a lot's going on in the background. And then, but to be able to have the tools to be like, hey man, let me ask him the right questions. Let him, come to me with things rather than me just saying, man, you got to get it together. You got to just
Right.
stop doing X, Y, and Z. To be able to have those tools was powerful. And then my youngest kids, always making sure when they ask me to do anything, I just do it. And whether
Love
it's
it.
throwing as simple as it's throwing the football. And what's amazing is I did the exact same thing to my niece the other day, where she was like, hey, you want to do a puzzle? And in my mind, I was like, you know, the answer is yes. That is
Love it.
something where this is a special moment. I'm going to do it. And it's just like something she'll always remember doing with her, with her uncle. And that is the coolest thing. Whereas quite honestly, before I'd be like, no, I got, a gazillion emails, or I got this thing I do,
Right.
I'm about to do this, or I'm about to do the dishes, or whatever the urgency of the moment is. And now I just learned those things don't matter. What matters is the connection with my kids, my wife, and then my extended family as well.
Oh, I love it. So awesome. Kudos to you for all the work. So a dad listening to this on the fence, hey, do I invest? Do I jump into the word dad experience or don't I? What would you say to him?
110% do this. It is, I, you hear there's sort of cliche terms, right? Life changing, is sort of, something you hear sometimes. I mean, I'm telling you, as someone who wears a lot of hats, doing a lot of different things, I work probably a 60+ hour week, a week job where
Mhm.
I'm an emergency physician, but I do a lot of administrative work too. I have businesses that I support, and a lot of aspirations and dreams for me personally, as well as my family and my kids. This is something that I gotta say, don't even question it. Just do it. You will not be disappointed. You can email me if you ever don't get the value, but I mean the value is 100 times more than what you think it is. I mean, it is truly it is probably the most high value thing I've done in the last decade of my life, to really get my life what I feel is truly back on track, and I can't overstate that enough.
Man, love it, Dave. And kudos to you doing the work. Appreciate it, my man.
Yeah, thank you.